World War I, also known as the Great War, changed the course of human history forever. It involved over 30 countries, caused the death of millions, and set the stage for even bigger global events to come. But how did it all begin? Why was it so deadly, and what were its lasting effects? Let's dive deep into the story of World War I. We have to rewind to the late 1800s and early 1900s. Europe was a tense place. Major powers like Britain, France, Germany, Austria-Hungary and Russia were competing for power, land and influence. There were four major causes, often remembered by the acronym M.A.I.N. Militarism, the belief in building strong armies and navies. Alliances, secret and public agreements between countries to protect one another. Imperialism, the competition to control more colonies and resources. Nationalism, intense pride in one's nation or ethnic group, which often led to conflict. The spark that ignited this explosive situation came on June 28, 1914. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, was assassinated in Sarajevo by a Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip. The war begins. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia for the assassination and declared war, but because of the complex web of alliances, this small conflict turned into a global war almost overnight. Here's how it unfolded. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. Russia backed Serbia. Germany, allied with Austria-Hungary, declared war on Russia. Then Germany attacked France and invaded Belgium. Britain, defending Belgium, declared war on Germany. Soon the world was split into two sides. The Allied powers, including Britain, France, Russia and later the US. The Central powers, including Germany, Austria-Hungary and the Ottoman Empire. The war on the Western Front, mainly in France and Belgium, became known for its brutal trench warfare. Soldiers dug deep trenches for protection, and between the trenches was no man's land, a deadly space filled with barbed wire, landmines and gunfire. Conditions were terrible. Soldiers faced mud, rats, disease and constant shelling. New weapons like machine guns, poison gas, tanks and airplanes made the war even more deadly and unlike anything the world had seen before. World War I wasn't just fought in Europe. Battles also took place in Africa, the Middle East and Asia. Colonies were dragged into the war by their European rulers. In 1915, the Ottoman Empire joined the Central Powers, leading to major campaigns in the Middle East, like the Gallipoli Campaign. In 1917, the United States entered the war on the side of the Allies after several attacks on American ships by German submarines, and the revelation of the Zimmermann telegram, where Germany tried to get Mexico to join the war against the US. By 1918, after 4 years of unimaginable destruction, Germany and its allies were exhausted. The entry of fresh American troops gave the Allies a huge advantage. On November 11, 1918, Germany signed an armistice, an agreement to stop fighting. The war was finally over, but the damage was done. Over 16 million people had died, empires had collapsed, and the world had been changed forever. Treaty of Versailles. In 1919, world leaders gathered in Versailles, France, to decide how to rebuild. The result was the Treaty of Versailles. Germany was blamed for the war and punished harshly. It lost territory, its military was limited, it had to pay massive reparations, and perhaps most importantly, it had to accept full responsibility for starting the war. This treaty left many Germans angry and humiliated, a bitterness that would later help fuel the rise of Adolf Hitler and World War II.
Meine Arbeit für richtig hältst.
The army that Germany has built up in 4 years swings in honor past Hungary's strongman Admiral Horthy. The young men of the new German Reich welded into a mighty war machine. No cameraman did photograph it. Cameramen prefer to keep their heads.
Technological progress. War accelerated the development of new technologies. Psychological impact. Soldiers returned with what we now call PTSD. Entire generations were affected by trauma, and above all, the war planted the seeds for future conflicts, especially World War II, which would erupt just 21 years later. World War I was supposed to be the war to end all wars, but instead it showed how destructive humanity could become when diplomacy fails and weapons take over. It left scars on the world, scars we still feel today. But by understanding this history, we can learn from the past and build a better, more peaceful future. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who loves history.